Hello, Libra. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Libra is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, doesn't cost anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with the Four of Pentacles. This is a card of safety, security, and stability. This is a good foundation. This might be kind of going back to basics, going back to square one, looking at the sort of, looking at our priorities, right? Looking at our home base, making sure we have all the resources that we need, okay? Taking care of things sort of close to home. Yeah, let's put this card into a little bit of context. See what's going on here. Oh, we've got a Knight of Cups, a Four of Cups, a Princess of Cups, a Wheel of Fortune, aha, and the Star. Yes, interesting. I already feel that by focusing on our basic needs, making sure that we're in a nice, safe, stable place, let's say physically, financially, the stuff around the house, we're sort of opening ourselves up to the opportunity for passion, right? For love, for this a passionate pursuit of our destiny. All right. Well, I like that. I think that the Four of Pentacles is it's a good home base. You know, over here we've got the Hanged Man. We've got the High Priestess. You've got the Moon card and a Seven of Wands. You got a lot of major arcana here, don't you? Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here with our little sea turtle friend right on top now. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card is, or you have a hunch or a prediction, put that down in the comments. All right, let's take a look around the room here. A lot of good major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune and the Star. Hanged Man, the High Priestess, the Moon card. You got some fire. You got a lot of water. We don't have any air, right? And we have a little bit of earth. So the lack of air here is kind of telling me that in your life right now, you might need to focus on communicating what you want and what you need to other people, right? Not just romantically now with the Knight of Cups. It's not just romance. This is kind of, this is you being kind of honest about your feelings, speaking up about how you feel about things, what you like, what you don't like, what you want, what you don't want. The absence of the Swords cards might be showing that it's your relationships that need a little bit of attention right now. We got to be able to communicate what we want in life. And very often with the Knight of Cups, this is a card of sort of living your journey, going out on your quest, pursuing that passionate love, pursuing the Holy Grail, right? Answering the sort of call of the universe, following your destiny. Well, we can only do that when we feel that we're in a safe place. Okay, we only do that when we feel that we have a nice sort of secure foundation from which to depart, you know. So I think with the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups here, I think that there is maybe, it could be a financial situation, let's say. There's something that's stabilizing in your life, and that stability, it's kind of like those worries are over. Those worries are like, maybe not completely over, but stuff it's pretty stable now. And that stability is allowing you the freedom to explore your path, to explore your spirituality, explore your heart, your love, your passion, right? So in other words, once we know that we've got a steady job and the bills are going to be paid, okay, now I can start pursuing higher things, relationships. Now I can start kind of doing my art again, and we feel comfortable getting back into those things that we really feel passionately about because we have this nice foundation. We've secured for ourselves a little bit of stability. Okay? So I think that if there is a financial situation going on in your life, it's going to stabilize very soon. And make sure that we use this as an opportunity to start loving again, start pursuing the passion again, start traveling, start living our journey. Right? And the Knight of Cups is also a card of giving and receiving love and affection. So it's asking us, are we getting what we need out of life, out of relationships? Again, there's the Swords cards here tells me there's something you need to speak up about. Okay, I feel there's some situation in your life right now where you're not really getting your needs met. You got to be able to talk about it to somebody. You've got to be able to, at least with yourself, be honest about it, maybe address it with the person and somehow, advocate for yourself in that way. The Four of Cups down beneath the surface is sort of telling me that too. That it's like we're trying to just be okay with the way things are. And maybe between these two, we're trying to just be okay with the basics. Well, you know what? The bills are paid, so I should be happy, right? It's kind of saying, well, my spouse isn't cheating on me, so then I should be happy in the relationship, I don't think that's what's happening. What I think is that we are trying to convince ourselves that we like it more than we do. We're trying to say, I shouldn't complain. I should just be happy with what I have. I should be thankful that things are okay. These cards here, things are okay. Basic needs are met. You've got your water, your shelter, your food, but not much more than that, okay? Especially the Four of Cups, emotionally. We're trying to say we like it. We're trying to say we're okay. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm okay. I mean, yeah, things are good. Things are okay, right? But the honesty there would say, you know what? I'm missing something. I'm missing that adventure. And I need something more. I need some sort of passion. I need some kind of quest. I need to start living my journey. I need to have a purpose. I need to follow my star. I need to follow my destiny. I need to find out what I'm supposed to do. What is my purpose in life? Otherwise, it's just, I'm not hungry every day. My bills are paid, so I'm fine. But the water energy we have here kind of is saying a different story here. The Princess of Cups in the background there. I feel like you had to put some of your dreams on hold in order to focus on the stability. To focus on, and now the Four of Pentacles, I should say too, is stability, but this is kind of a routine thing. It's kind of like we maybe had to sacrifice some of these dreams. This is maybe spontaneity. This is sort of following our emotions a little bit. This is having a lot of emotions, having different dreams and fantasies and desires. And when I was a kid, I had all these images of the way life could be, but then real life happened. And I get into these habits and routines, and I get into the job and all of this kind of thing. And it's been like this for a while, and it's been a steady thing, and I should be happy, right? It's kind of like you see somebody that's been in a 50-year marriage, and you think, wow, that's great, that's wonderful. But is it? I mean, yeah, that's a long time. Was that a relationship where there was growth, where there was opportunity, where there was a reciprocating kind of love and respect and affection and encouragement? Did you become your very best self in this situation? And so we don't want to stay here just because it's safe, it's familiar, it's stable, it's steady. And it's become routine by at this point, right? Because it feels like you had all these other fantasies before, but you maybe put them on hold. I don't want to say you gave them up, because they're still here. They're still knocking on the door, right? They're still kind of tapping on the back of your brain saying, hey, I'm still here. I'm still here. We put them on hold. We put those away for now so that we can have this stability. And I think you're trying really hard to just be okay with that and say, this is enough for me. But the rest of these cards say, look, there's an adventure out there waiting for you. This is not enough for you. Spirit's telling me that you have a gratitude journal. Writing down the things that you're grateful for as an effort, I think, to keep us sort of here, to say, look, I'm okay. Look, I have all these things I should be thankful for, so I'm okay, right? Writing down your gratitude is different than feeling the gratitude. So if you're going to write it down, fine, but put yourself there and really feel it. You got to let yourself. This is kind of it's a 4. It's kind of a frozen kind of energy in a way. We have to really be able to feel how we feel. We have to be honest about it. Okay? We don't need to convince ourselves that we're okay if we're really not feeling fulfilled. I think you're okay. I think everything's generally fine. But there's more, right? And the Wheel of Fortune is kind of, it's more. The Wheel of Fortune is you realizing that there's so much more potential to your life for broadening your horizons, for expanding, for going on these adventures where you just don't know what's going to happen. It's like, to me, it feels like an Indiana Jones movie. You know, I love those movies. And it's always that call to adventure. And he's always kind of like, I don't want to go, but then he decides to go, obviously, and then we have our movie. But this is just all that fortune and glory that's out there waiting, all that adventure, all that excitement, all that following of your passion, and come what may of it, win or lose, succeed or fail doesn't matter. What matters is that you're answering the call, that you're living your journey. Okay? So I think this is the realization of an opportunity. And this is a wheel that's going to keep rolling by. And we don't want to let the opportunity just completely pass us by. In other words, eventually we'll be too old to really start this adventure. And we want to make sure that we that we make a choice here, a conscious and willful choice. We don't have to answer the call to adventure. We don't have to explore the universe. We don't have to explore our potential. But we have to make sure that whatever we decide, that's really truly what we've decided for ourselves. Otherwise, the opportunity is going to pass us by, and it's going to be too late to change our minds. It's never really too late, but let's just say we want to strike while the iron's hot here, as they say. So right now, I think, is an opportunity for you to speak up, to answer this call to adventure. Maybe there's an opportunity on the table. Maybe you're having these these nagging feelings that are just, they keep, and even this with the Knight of Cups, it's kind of like there's something that really is building up inside of you that you feel compelled to go do, to go at least explore, to figure it out, to take that journey and see what it is. It may not be great. It may succeed. It may fail. It may not amount to anything. But to at least go and see what is calling you. Yeah. The Wheel of Fortune is kind of here saying that, look, if you're willing to get on the train, if you're willing to put in the effort, Spirit's going to do the rest. When you make a decision and you choose to commit yourself to something and strive, that's when providence moves, right? I think Goethe said that. That's when the Wheel of Fortune really starts to turn in your favor. It's not going to do anything for you. This is sometimes the card of the divine wristwatch, right? Spirit's timepiece. I'm not wearing my watch today, oddly enough. So this kind of saying, like, it's divine time now. It's time for you to answer this call. It's time for you to really make a decision if you're going to spin the Wheel of Fortune here, or if you're going to say, no, I don't want to. It's okay. I'll pass. Right. Well, the Knight of Cups we see right here in the middle is kind of saying that you don't want to pass on this, that you feel this yearning in your heart for what maybe you don't even know, but for something, for adventure, for the quest. All right. And in the future position, we have the Star card. This is only going to bring you closer to your true self. Come what may of this adventure, right? It's going to bring you closer to your destiny. Now, this is the card of spiritual insight, This is the card that shows us where our blockages are and shows us, well, it helps us to answer the question, who am I and why am I here? And this is what you're sort of looking at in your future. You're thinking, this is what I want to know. I want to know what my journey even is. And to do that, we have to, it's good to have this stability, but only if this stability is going to foster your adventure. This could be a prison, this could be a tower, or this could be a very functional home base, a very strong and resourceful home base, where you then feel that you're free to go explore your true path. Right? And that's part of the question we have to ask. If you're in, let's say, a relationship, and you're not sure how your partner's going to react if you say, hey, you know what, I want to change my life. I want to go explore this new job or this new career or maybe a new relationship or whatever it is. I want to do something different. I want to go and travel to this place, or I want to start doing this hobby or this sport or this. I'm going to change things around. I'm going to go back to school. What if your partner says, I don't want you to do that? What if they feel threatened, right? And then it sort of that Four of Pentacles becomes a bit of a restriction. Or is this the kind of Four of Pentacles that says, yeah, do it. We'll make it work. We'll figure it out, right? This is either very actually healthy and secure and stable, or this is sort of very fragile, right? And at the first sign of anything, any new direction, this is going to be strained beyond integrity. Okay, so, but the Swords cards aren't here. We haven't really asked the question yet. Okay. This is sort of the job, right? Where you say, hey, I want to take a vacation for a couple of months so I can go travel to South America or something. And then your boss says, yeah, sure, go ahead. Yeah, your job will be here when you get back. Or it's like, no, you don't come in tomorrow, you're fired. And we sort of have to, we're not going to know until we start communicating this. And I don't know exactly what your situation is, but I think that there's a little bit of a worry that if you answer this call to adventure and you start living your journey, that it's going to compromise that Four of Pentacles to a point that maybe it's not strong enough to handle it. Does that make sense? Now, as we talk about the path of the serpent, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, doesn't cost anything. Your general energy is one of, I think, sacrifice. I think that this is your recognition that for too long in your life you've sacrificed those dreams, fantasies, hopes, wishes, aspirations, impulses, the desires, the dreams, all those things. And I think you're realizing that it's kind of, the time's going to run out there. It's kind of a now or never thing. So I wonder if you're recognizing that, look, you've always put everybody else first. And now maybe it's time for you to spin that wheel of fortune and see, what your destiny really is supposed to be. It's time to answer that call, and instead of maybe you're the one that's always kind of keeping the stable foundation for other people to go explore their lives and fulfill their destiny and find out who they are. When is it your turn? I think it's your turn. Now, it's your turn of the wheel, right? It's your turn. And in the position of the environment, we have the High Priestess. I think you'll be greatly surprised by how receptive people are to your plans or to your communication, or when you start to talk about and communicate your needs, your hopes, your wishes, your wants, your desires, your aspirations and your passions. Yeah. Now, Spirit's showing me something about refrigerator magnets. There's a lot of magnets on the refrigerator. I don't know if they're different states or countries or something, but I feel like they're maybe from different places. I don't know if you traveled a lot when you were younger or if those are somebody else's. Yeah, or maybe those are things on the refrigerator of places that you would like to see, but you've yet to see them, right? There's a lot of things on the refrigerator there. Yeah. The High Priestess is really this intuitive energy that's trying to show you the way to your best life. This is Spirit's way of saying, come this way. This is your paradise. This is what you're meant to do. Trust me. Go here, right? And so I think that, what we have then is the Knight of Cups that's saying, all right, I'm following you. I'm going to go wherever you take me, right? So it's a trust. We've got to trust that Spirit's leading us in the right direction. And, of course, that process is us following our star, following our destiny, trying to navigate by what really feels right. And no longer are we just saying, yeah, I'm okay here. I'm fine just where I am. No, we're realizing that I'm not so okay right where I am. I mean, it's fine. I don't want to give it up or anything, but there's more, and I know there's more out there. Okay? And we're now feeling sort of compelled by our own soul to find out what else is out there. It's never too late to start living your journey, And intuitively following that light, following where Spirit is leading us to get to that best life, to get to that fulfillment, to find out our potential, to grow and live and learn and to try to reach our potential, to know what that potential even is. Yeah. And I think that too, in the position of your relationships, you're going to be very surprised at how receptive your people are. I think right now you're assuming that it's not going to go over well, and so we're just going to be quiet. I'm not even going to say anything because I know how people will react. So we're sort of assuming, This card is saying, don't assume you know. You got to talk about it and communicate it. And I think you're going to be surprised at how receptive your people or your person is, or your employer or whatever, right? Now, the next card is this moon energy. It's a dark, scary doorway, right? There's a connection with the Pacific Northwest for you, Washington State or Oregon or something like that, maybe the Seattle area. Also, someone or you or your person, you have a lot of things in storage, right? I see a lot of boxes that are kind of, maybe it's like something that we were going to do, but we sort of stuffed it away into storage for a later day. Something that I'd get to eventually, right? That's kind of the energy that I'm feeling. The moon is that doorway to the future. It's an uncertain future. Usually this is the card of what's scary to us, right? Nobody likes uncertainty. Nobody likes a future that is kind of, is dark, right? It's there's no predictability there. So we're going from what is familiar and comfortable, relatively so, to something that's cold, dark, scary, and it's kind of like, why would you do that, Well, it must be pretty important if you're kind of willing to leave your comfortable home and go out into a dark, scary forest. I think what you'll realize is this is where you find yourself. This is where you find out your star. See, there's that little sun at the bottom of that card there. That's where you become who you're meant to be. It's out in the challenge of that wilderness, just like a knight on a quest. That's where they become who they are, it's out on the quest. And so you're getting closer to your star. Right now, this star feels like it's way out there. Well, it's some distant, maybe someday. One day I'll go do this thing, or I'll explore this place, or I'll travel, or I'll learn this language, or I'll find out who I am. Maybe one day. It's way out there, right? Distant goal. But now we realize that it's only one step away. All we have to do is take this step into the unknown, and we are that light, right? So I think that, this life, this dream, this whatever it is, this destiny is not so far away. It's not something that has to be kept for tomorrow, for later, for the future. See, the star is in the future position here. It's kind of like saying, I'll find out who I am later. One day, but not today. Okay. That day can be right now. Okay. Spirit's telling me that there's some kind of a real estate thing going on. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's some kind of a disagreement over property, or if it's something that's pending, or if it's maybe the sale of a house or the purchase of a house or something regarding some property or some real estate. Yeah. Spirit's saying that's going to be resolved very soon. Okay. Also, there's a K, a C or a K person in your life, very close to you. C or K, like the K sound. Someone very close to you with that that sound, first or last name. All right. You also have you have an older male energy that's very close to you right now in spirit. I don't know if it's a father figure, uncle, grandfather, something like that, but an older male energy in spirit very close to you. Yeah. Now, facing this fear, right, is what life is all about, and this is. Maybe it's facing the unknown. Maybe it's facing instability. Maybe it's facing the loneliness, But it's the uncertainty. It's the unknown that really is. It's out there. Okay. But this is a threshold. This is a doorway. On the other side of the door, we don't know what's out there. And like I said, with the Wheel of Fortune, we're going to spin the Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to go on this quest. I'm going to live this adventure. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to succeed or fail. I don't know if it's going to be sunshine and roses or darkness and despair. But I've got to find out. You'll never know until you go, right? Now, the Seven of Wands at the end here. Seven of Wands is a valor. Right? It's kind of saying I'm fighting even though I may lose. Okay? And it's, in some ways, this is, we'll look at it in two ways. First way, there's this conflict within you. And it kind of says that if you keep doing the same thing that you've been doing, you're like banging your head against a wall. Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to happen. You're staying in that Four of Pentacles, and nothing's going to happen unless you make it happen. Okay? So by continuing to do what you've always done, you're always going to feel how you always felt. Okay? It's only by doing the difficult thing, by challenging ourselves, by doing what's sort of scary, whether it's bringing up, the swords cards, whether it's bringing these issues up, talking about this thing, voicing our needs and desires and wants and hopes and wishes and aspirations, or if it is facing the unknown, if it's stepping out and doing something different, doing something we've never done before, going to a new place, meeting a new person, starting a new sport or hobby or, endeavor, project. We've got to fight against our own routine. We've got to fight against our own, our own stability, right? Our own comfortability. Out here, we're fighting, even though the odds are against us, and even though I don't know what's going to happen, but we're still there. This is someone that believes in something so much that they're putting it all on the line. Because the alternative is much worse, right? So really, we're fighting again. We kind of, maybe you think that if you spoke up, it would put you in conflict with other people. It would put you in conflict with your significant other, with your job, with your friends, family, or with the world, or whatever, right? But really, the only competition we have, the only conflict that's here is between you and you. Between you and this inertia, right? A body at rest will stay at rest until something strong comes along and gets its butt moving, right? I think this is Spirit's way of saying, get moving. Live your journey, right? Answer the call to your adventure. Let's look at our mystery card. Well, maybe this could be the Libra energy, I guess. I always sort of vote for the power card. I think maybe, though, we need some swords cards, right? Maybe we need some swords cards. And I feel like you've been reading more religious texts, or even been reading like nonfiction, but not like textbooks or sciencey kind of things, but you've been reading either like spiritual texts or like inspirational books or something like that lately, right? I'm going to say Six of Swords anyway. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. The Ace of Cups. Well, this is showing that Holy Grail. This is kind of this is the particular thing that you want to go after. This is the cup that the Knight of Cups is holding right there. And I think that it's out there for you. And this is an undeniable yearning of your soul that just says, you know, this is in there. And the longer you deny this, the more uneasy you're going to feel, right? It's kind of putting an extra cup in this Four of Cups. It's kind of saying, like, this isn't a Four of Cups, this is a Five of Cups. We're trying to say, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. But what we're really feeling is disappointment and uneasiness, a conflict within us. And it's because there's something in your life that's unfulfilled, unexplored. Okay? Doesn't mean you got to completely change your life, right? And uproot everything. But no, but go explore whatever this is. Go find out what your soul is yearning for. You know? It doesn't mean you have to get rid of the Four of Pentacles, but we're adding to it, right? We're adding some love, we're adding some excitement, we're adding some passion into it. Pursuing something that is going to make your soul sing. Yeah. Spirit is saying that there is something about that real estate thing. Maybe this is a chance for you to relocate. Maybe this is that opportunity with that Wheel of Fortune. And hey, everything's kind of coming together right now in a weird way. Maybe it means something. Okay? Spirit is sending you signals. Look for synchronicities like that. Okay? Maybe this real estate thing is Spirit's way of saying, hey, now's your chance to go find a different place for yourself, or move somewhere, or go live, travel, or you know, something like this. Yeah. You've been having a ringing in your ear lately. Yeah. I think a lot of stuff's kind of going on right now. It seems like it's starting to build up into this pressure. Yeah, but I'm happy that we've got this. I was kind of expecting a Tower card. I'm glad we have the Ace of Cups instead. Now we're going to do an extended reading if you want to stick around. There's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Libra usually on Wednesdays and Saturdays. I felt like you kind of needed this right now. So bonus reading, okay? Be sure to watch both of your regular readings. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. Leave a comment. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know where in the world you're currently watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.